Oh man, if I could wave a magic wand, I would say I wish they would have done my first house that I had. They did a good job, and I really appreciate the work that they did.
We started with the design phase of everything. Obviously, upon pulling in, it's a nice big modern house. Apparently it's been under construction for a few years. Super responsive right off the bat. Ryan's like, let's get this going. But they also left a lot of room for me to be creative and me to chip in my ideas.
Meeting Oleg, which was my project manager, right away I felt very comfortable, very satisfied in the first conversation that we had. And I think that's what pretty much sold me, like, all right, I want to move forward with Simple Lawns.
We're not only designing to a plan, we actually know how installations are done. We're doing designs with a lot of different styles, colors, something that blends together, but also gives a very unique touch to installation. This material is a material that you probably won't see in this whole entire area. Very high-end, very nice looking material. Oleg really wanted to make a very unique and good looking landscape for Ryan. Once we got everything approved and we broke ground, a little variable that we had to work around is the amount of other contractors that are working here. Of course, when somebody else needs an outlet, they'll unplug yours and it can sometimes affect some of your work. But that's something that we're used to. We never want to be difficult on our side. We still have an image to hold on our side as well. And that image is something that we hold ourselves up to a higher standard. So we always want to be flexible with other guys and make sure that, you know, we give out what we want to receive.
The reason why I thought it was the right time to do the project, the house was just being built and we were sort of in that phase of if we should wait a couple months, but then my builder's like, no, let's get ahead of it. And they actually were able to finish before the actual inside was done, which I was really impressed with.
And so obviously with a project of this caliber, where there's a lot of moving parts, there's decks, fences, artificial turf, pavers, drainage, irrigation, all these things, with a few challenges also that came up with the project. We are here on the Columbia Gorge. That's something we also need to think about when we're doing these privacy fencing, is that big resistance to all the wind, and so we need to get the right kind of bolts, go to the right depth in the concrete footings with the retaining wall that we already have in place.
Staircase was definitely very complex. You have a combination of concrete, which is floating steps, and then you have composite decking, and then you have low voltage lighting. So it's a lot of mathematics, it's a lot of multiple people working on per step. You're working hand in hand with 3 to 4 people at the same time figuring out every single step. And those are the type of stuff that are unique because no contractors want to deal with something that can cause headaches or can actually become problems if you misinstall it. But I think that's what we can do that nobody else has. That's almost something that we want to do. So little stuff like that, same with the fencing that you're talking about.
None of these projects are too big for us, and that's kind of the benefit here at Simple Lawns. We have really detailed managers where when all these parts are moving, you need someone to be on top of things, checking up on everything and being detailed with each item of work.
So what I liked working most with Simple Lawns would probably be people that are running Simple Lawns. Everyone from the project managers, Igor and Eddie, to Oleg, the one that helped design it, the pavers, concrete guys, fence installers. Everybody was very pleasant. I really think Simple Lawns has a good crew that they picked out. And I had a great experience with them. Transparent from the very beginning. They were able to give me the step-by-step process updates weekly. And what I really liked is they would actually reach out to me and ask me if, hey, can I be doing this the next day or the following week? It was very, very good communication between the project managers and myself. When I first got the estimate from Simple Lawns, I was actually impressed because the way that the 3D looked like that they gave me, the rendering on the layout, I honestly thought it was going to be a lot more than what it actually was. Once I got the price, I was like, okay, that's reasonable. Let's move forward. I really didn't blink twice at the rate, especially knowing that I already drove by a project location that they were working on and saw the work that they were already doing. So yeah, I appreciate Simple Lawns.